Hi. Hi. How's everyone doing? Hold on a moment. My hair is ridiculous right now. So I'm going to put on the chicken hat and then we'll get to this. Yeah, hold on. Let me close that out. I think everything's running okay. Okay, chicken hats. I don't know what my hair was doing this morning, but when I woke up, it was pretty bad. Okay. Oh, yes, everyone's a little bit surprised. Why is everybody so excited? Everyone seems really, ready to go. It's usually just, guys, this is just a chill stream. Did you not read the title? I just put the title as chill stream, nothing major going on. Oh, wait, I accidentally typed in One Piece chapter 1077 live reaction - spoilers, all caps. Ah, man, I'm sorry, guys. That was a typo. That was a typo. You could see how that could be a typo. All right, this was just supposed to be a chill stream. All right, we're going to do live reaction to One Piece. Why? Because I feel like it. Because I feel like it. I was busy earlier today, just chores and stuff, shopping. So I got back, and I'm like, okay, I might film a video today. And then I saw that, the chapter was out on OP Scans, and I'm thinking, all right, well, if I put out a regular video today, all the comments are going to be on the video are just going to be, have you read chapter 1077? That's all it's going to be. So I thought, all right, you know what? I don't usually do live reactions. A lot of other YouTubers do. That's more Brago's speed. In fact, Brago is probably streaming right now. Last time I checked, he was. So, check out Brago's stream as well. But here we are, streaming. So, yeah, we're just going to be doing this. Chapter 1077, Should Have Noticed Sooner, is the chapter title. Let's get some initial vibes going in the chat right now. What's going on with these initial vibes? Will you do more Chainsaw Man content? Not the first super chat I would have thought that would have been here, but okay, here we are. Let's see. So obviously, spoilers. I put it in the title, but it still feels weird to be talking about a chapter that I haven't reviewed yet without saying spoilers about 1 million times beforehand. So spoilers. We're going to be talking about spoilers. Okay. So where are you reading? It's on OP Scans. So you just Google OP Scans. You could probably find that. Let's see. Watch someone spoil the spoilers vid. Watch someone spoil the spoilers vid. Yeah, you can't spoil this now. The only way you could spoil this now is if you could see the future. By the way, I read the spoilers days ago, so I know what happens. Here's my process for reading the chapter, in case you're curious. As soon as the spoilers are available, I check the Reddit constantly for the spoilers, because I like to have a decent idea of what's going to happen that week so I can prepare a little bit for when I do review it. And that's the reason I don't usually do reactions, because I feel like I'm just not going to have a coalesced sort of like structure of my arguments. I don't script these. It's just that I sit down and think about it. So I haven't I haven't seen the chapter yet, but I know what happens in it. Just maybe not everything. There might be something in the chapter that, because usually the spoilers don't include everything. So wait, he doesn't review it cold that day? No, and I've never done it like that, by the way. I've never done it like that. Even back in maybe back in the early Bleach days, when getting your hands on spoilers for the chapters might have not have been so easy. But I remember reading spoilers of Bleach chapters well back in when Ichigo was fighting Aizen before I even reviewed it. So I was definitely into that. Yeah, I don't care about spoilers. I've never really minded spoilers before. Yeah. Teching is a fellow spoiler addict. Oh yeah, totally. And I've always been. Yeah, I've always been. Yeah, we already knew. Yeah. It's more of just I need to know what I'm talking about. It's it's a couple chapters ago when we found out Saul was alive. It's if I reviewed that cold, if I found out Saul was still alive the same day I reviewed the chapter, that would be so much overload to my brain. I wouldn't even know how to process it in the moment. But having a few days to sit down and think about that, okay, Saul's alive. So what does that mean for the story? It really helps to do that. Bet your sweet ass we're ready. Let's go. Thanks, Neon. I love your videos. Thanks for all the content, man. Yo, you're welcome. Okay, so let's get to it. So the chapter cover page. Let's start with the cover page, I guess. Okay, so cover page, we have Caesar fighting against Judge, or rather their fight is wrapping up, and the caption reads, "Come to think of it, it was actually Vegapunk who got in our way." So this actually is reminiscent a lot of when Big Mom and Kaido fought against each other. Like, they were like killing each other at first, and then they decided, like, wait a second, we're actually can be allies here. Kind of getting the same vibes here with Caesar and Judge, where they're realizing that it was like working under Vegapunk at Mads, which was actually probably causing most of the strife. I don't know if this means that they, like, Vegapunk directly got in their way, or if it was more of like them trying to be Vegapunk's favorite was the thing that was dividing them, that was actually, like, you know, putting the schism between them, so to speak. So, not really sure about that, but it looks like they're going to be doing a collab, which I think a lot of people could have seen that coming up. Judge and Caesar doing a little bit of a collaboration here. What will they be doing? Who knows? But we get into the chapter here, and we're starting out on the Egghead fabrication sphere, the Fabrio. Actually, we see it in English spelled F-A-B-I-R-I-O, so that's like the official spelling of it. This is the factory that Sentomaru's in right now. And so he's in there, and he just released a bunch of the Mark IIIs. We don't see any of the Mark IIIs, though. And we have a bunch of the scientists in here that are like, okay, what's going on, Sir Sentomaru? Just what is happening on this island? Why are there pacifistas deployed all over the island? What's going on here? What's going on, Sentomaru? What's going on, man? You got to keep in mind, dude, these are just regular-ass scientists. These are just people here to, like, learn geometry and crap. And then this, like, giant robot marine war is going on the outside right now. So Sanji might have seen Vegapunk before. Sanji might have seen Vegapunk before. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. See, that's an angle I wouldn't even have taken it, honestly. I think Judge started his whole family well after he left Mads. So that's the thing. I mean, maybe Sanji might have seen, like, a picture of Vegapunk, but the implication is definitely not. So, okay, we get a little bit of a recap. So you know how, like, during Reverie, Oda did those little moments where he was like, here's a refresher on Dalton, here's a refresher on Wapple. We basically get that in Ohara. So we basically just have a little bit of a scene here where on the island of Ohara, I'm going to try to read this in the One Piece narrator voice. Hold on. On the island of Ohara, which had the world's largest historical library, the island's scholars and other residents who decided to decipher the poneglyphs, which were forbidden by the world government, all lost their lives to an attack by the Marines. The lone survivor was a young girl named Nico Robin. So we already know all that. It's all really nice to see Oda draw the characters. We see Aokiji there. We see Olvia kind of with her little cap, you know, kind of like, you know, obscuring her face a little bit. We see Robin. We see Clover. We see Saul. We see Robin's wanted poster, her original one. Which, by the way, like, I understand that, like, they didn't want to, like, okay, the actual story with Robin on why she had that bounty was that she sunk a bunch of battleships, right? So they pinned, like, I think it was like 5 Navy battleships getting sunk by an 8-year-old girl, and she gets a 79 million berry bounty. I don't know about that one. First of all, why 79 million? Such a weird number. I've always found that weird. Like, obviously Robin's bounty has always been lower than it really should have been. And just recently now, you have to understand, Robin has a bounty of like 900 fucking million now, which is insane. That's another thing, too. I can't swear in the reviews as much. Actually, fun fact on the back end of things, YouTube just revitalized. They revitalized. That's a weird way to phrase that. They reframed their profanity filters kind of thing. I got an email the other day that's like, we're changing around how profanity is monetized on YouTube. So it's becoming a little bit more lenient than it used to be. So I don't know how lenient, but the way that it's phrased is like, you can use a little bit more profanity. You still can't put it in the title. Like, I can't put my YouTube title like One Piece Chapter 1077 review. Holy fucking shit! You know, like, I can't put something like that in my video title, but they're making it a little easier for that. More teching F-bombs. Let's go. It's always funny whenever I read a comment that's like, man, I've never heard Tekking swear this much. Go back and watch any early Bleach review. Anyone. I am dropping so many F-bombs. You got to keep in mind, I learned my YouTube. I learned from YouTube from literally watching Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe, who that's like his whole shtick is he swears. we got a power outage on base today, and it was supposed to be fixed by 10 a.m., and of course it's not. Thanks, U.S. Army. Very cool. Well, you're still watching this, so thanks for watching, I suppose. Hope the power comes back on soon. But yeah, I had to stop cursing because, you know, YouTube told me I had to. He's like, hey, do you like to get paid? I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right, well, stop cursing as much. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have a lot of other choices, you know? All right, so anyway, Sentomaru is just kind of like bringing all of the scientists up to speed on that. And he's like, you know, them going after Old Man Punk, the smartest man in the world, means they've weighed all the possible consequences and decided it's time to erase him. We already know all this stuff. Let's say, if so, that much worse. Okay, so it's like maybe a much worse incident could happen here at any time. Okay, so I guess it's implying that the government's going to Buster call Egghead, or maybe the way Sentomaru is phrasing this, it could be even worse than a Buster call. Maybe they could like annihilate everybody on the island with an admiral and then send in a Buster call. Well, keep in mind, Kizaru does have the authority as an admiral. He could summon a Buster call, but Kizaru himself is kind of the Buster call. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could be a Lulusia Kingdom kind of situation. It could be something even worse than a Buster Call. So, the what kingdom? Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what Lulusia is. I have no idea what you're saying. So, yeah. Okay, so we're now cutting back up to the Labosphere. We have Luffy using Kong Organ. We have Lucci using a bunch of Shigons. And when I do the review, I'll go into more detail of, like, you know, because I think Yellow Lotus hand pistol, that's definitely been used before. Kong Organ has obviously been used before. When I do I gotta save some stuff for the review. When I do the review, I'll go into the whole thing where I'm like, these attacks were used before, what they looked like, you know, they were probably all used in Eddie's lobby. I don't think these are anything new. They're slamming into S-Bear again. So now S-Bear returned. They got knocked out of the building last chapter, and now they're back already. So it's like they didn't really have time to rest. The back of Luffy's jacket says 163. That is probably a pun / relevant. 163 for the back of Luffy's jacket. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is another reason why doing live reactions are good, because if this was doing the actual review, I'd be sitting over there being like, 163, what does that mean? Yeah, I'd be doing that shit. So it's a good thing we're doing that right now. 163. So Ichiroku-san. Ichiroku-san. All right, that means nothing to me because I don't know that much Japanese. A live reaction. I've always wanted to ask you this, but have you ever considered doing the Tower of God content? I get recommendations for that a lot. Out of all of the... Isn't Tower of God a manhwa? Isn't that? It's either a webcomic or a manhwa. Either way, I get recommendations for it a lot. Iro-san. I don't know. Imu-san? It means Imu-san! No, not Shishu. Okay, Imu-san. 1 + 6 + 3 = 10? It could be 10? I don't know. Ichiraku Ramen. Yeah, let's go with that. You should make a vid on giving high-ranking marine bounties. Already made that video. That's another thing. I love it. I love whenever somebody comments that, like, Tekking, you should make a video on this. And I'm like, well, I'm about to make your day. Already did a video about it. You should do a video about all the sword ranks in One Piece. Well, do I have a link for you? All right, there it is. Shigon is finger pistol. I think he used Shugon hand pistol. Yeah, it's... The technique Lucci uses here is like hand pistol. It's Shigon Yellow Lotus. Pretty sure that was used before. I think that's just the rapid fire form of it that he used in Eni's lobby. Anyway, so they strike S-Bear, knock him back. Then we have cutting over to Kaku and Zoro. They're also using their attack. So Kaku's using Rankyaku Slaughter, which I'm pretty sure he used that move. That was called a raid. Riot. Wasn't it like Tempest Kick Riot during Eni's lobby? And Zoro's here using... Oh, he's using Lion Song. Sweet. So they're definitely ramping up their techniques a bit. But, you know, like Luffy went from using Kong Gun in the last chapter to using Kong Organ here. Lucci's using the rapid fire Shingon, but you can see they're definitely not going full power yet. Like, Luffy's not gear 5th. Lucci's not using Roku Ogon. They're not using their absolutely strongest moves, but they're ratcheting it up from, like, let's say low to mid-tier abilities to, like, their more mid to high-end abilities. Like, Luffy's Kong Gun is pretty powerful, but that couldn't even take down Dofi during Dressrosa. So Kong Gun, you know, out of all of Luffy's gear 4th techniques, Kong Gun is definitely one that sits a little bit on the lower end, just the regular Kong Gun. So now we're going up to Kong Organ, and then the King Kong Gun is obviously one of the strongest. I wanted to write a Bleach fanfiction. You said I could use Squad 101 in my fanfiction, leading me to meet my tomboy waifu. Oh, cool, great. Yeah, Harry, how you been, man? It's been a while. I remember you. I remember Harry. Everybody say hi to Harry. Hey, Tekking, do Awaken Zones work? The concept confuses me. Well, guess what? I have a great idea for it. You might have said that just because I already did a video on Awaken Zones, but I did a Awaken Zone video not too long ago, so you can go check that out. Also, just did a video on Lucci's Zone like 2 days ago, so see that. So anyway, S-Bear takes the hit with Luffy and Lucci. You know, S-Hawk seems to dodge it, but then Zoro hits him with One Sword style Lion Song, which is very apropos because that's the ability he used to take out Daz Bones at Alabasta, which maybe that's the reason Oda, Oda had Zoro use it. And I think Zoro, yeah, he's still using the Watto, which is interesting because, you know, now that he has Enma, it's like, which is going to be Zoro's favorite sword for his One Sword style. So I'm glad that Oda is very consistent and keeping, well, usually, like when he used the technique against Monet, he used Shusui as his preferred One Sword style, but here it's back to the Watto. So it's usually the Watto. So, oh my god, okay, so the Seraphim do not look damaged at this at all. Like, S-Bear's jacket is not even really hurt. I think S-Hawk's shirt is cut a little bit, but that's it. And Luffy has this really funny scene where he's like hopping up and down and he's kind of mad. He's like, why are you guys getting up way too fast? That's not fair. What are you guys, Kaido? So literally their attacks did shit. Like literally their attacks are like knocking them around like pinballs, but they're coming right back. So Luffy, like probably in the last chapter, they like, boom, Kong gun, boom. Oh wait, no shit. Wait a second. Did Lucci use 6 ring gun in the last chapter? He did. Shit, you're right. But he wasn't in his awakening. He was just using his regular Roku Ogon. So, okay, he did that. So they literally got knocked through a wall, and they just came right back, and then they attacked them again, and they got right back up. So, I mean, hey, the Vegapunks were calling them the greatest, you know, invention of mankind. So, that's a pretty big deal there. The 20th winner of Squad 101 contest, been together for 8 years. Holy shit. Well, there you go. I'm bringing families together. There you are. Are you scared to fight Zoro in One Piece D&D? I'll tell you what, man. If I don't roll a decent Devil Fruit or if we don't get lucky as hell, I have an idea, but I have to roll really good and we'll see what happens. But I am actually rather terrified here because Rustage isn't pulling any punches with this. So, that's not good. That's not good. So I did see this in the spoilers. The name of the chapter is I Should Have Known All Along or something to that effect. And so the name of the chapter comes from the fact that Zoro is now mentioning directly, hey, this guy's kind of looking a lot like King, the dude that I fought at Wano. And Shaka even brings it up. He's just like, Kaido's crew had a Lunarian. And then Zoro's like, I don't know what tribe he was from or what his name was, but, or what his name was? Okay, that has to be a typo, because Zoro clearly knows what King's name is, although he might realize that King is an alias. Maybe he meant, I don't know what tribe he's from, and I don't know the name of it. Maybe he meant, like, his real name. So Shaka is like, yeah, that was probably Albur, because Albur was imprisoned at Punk Hazard, Kaido freed him. I guess it was pretty obvious that King joined up with, like, Vegapunk should have known, like, oh yeah, the guy that escaped with Kaido. I guess it wasn't clear. Maybe Albur went one way and Kaido went another way, but they escaped at the same time, so it's not crazy to assume that they were working together. Especially there was a dude with black wings that even if he was wearing the full BDSM gimp suit, it was pretty obvious that it was a Lunarian, but whatever. You should watch the film Red Blu-ray cut. Probably will when it's out. Minority Hunter Zoro. Oh my god, it's a little bit of a running thing in One Piece. I don't think this was intentional, but yeah, Zoro tends to fight black guys a lot, and he always tends to cut them down. This happened with Daz Bones, this happened with Pika, this happened with King. It just seems to be a running thing. I don't think it's intentional by Oda, but there's a meme there. Yeah, it's just a meme. Okay, so, and then here we are again with Zoro. I mean, once again, yeah. He has a track record, yeah. Okay, so, these are the Seraphim that are strengthened by Lunarian blood, and Zoro's like, in that case, oh, this is actually really cool. I'm actually happy Zoro is having the foresight to actually tell everybody, hey, look, guys, we can't attack these guys while the flame is up because then they won't be able to be damaged by them. And so Zoro says, hey, sorry that I haven't told you guys this and we're wasting energy basically fighting them for no reason. I should have noticed this earlier. And Lucci is like, oh, no, it's fine. At least we know how to deal with them. And then Zoro goes on to like, oh, by the way, King's special features. He had white hair, dark skin, black wings, and flames on his back. And literally, Lucci, Kaku, and Luffy all at the same time are like, it wasn't obvious. It wasn't obvious from the beginning. So that's pretty funny that like everybody should have realized right away that these were Lunarians, or Lunarian DNA, especially Zoro. But hey, what are you gonna do? Hindsight's 20/20, okay? But even knowing that information is not really gonna help you all that much because like now you have to figure out a way to make them turn off their flames, which I mean they're experienced fighters, so they could definitely do this, but like it's gonna be tough. Shaka just decides to leave. So he's about ready to walk away, and I would say that might indicate Shaka's the traitor, but from what we're going to see at the end of this chapter, well, we'll see. Holy shit, 1,800 people watching. Okay, that's crazy. That is crazy sauce. Okay, so Shaka just gets ready to walk away. Zoro blocks S-Hawk, and they're like, we're in a bit of a rush, and it's like, okay. So Zoro's clashing there. Once again, I'm going to go into more detail with all this stuff when I do the actual review. I just don't want to cover every little moment. This is more of just a reaction. I can't go into reviewing mode. I'm not into reviewing mode yet. I'm moving a little bit. This is more just reaction vision. Reaction vision, now in HD. So now we're cutting over to Nami's scene. Oh, okay, we got a scene of Nami's butt. That's, Okay, so it looks like she's fighting S-Shark, which that's something I forgot to mention in the last chapter, by the way. So in the last chapter, we heard Nami scream from off camera, and since S-Hawk and S-Bear are fighting Luffy's group, and we saw S-Snake, Boa's Seraphim, fighting against Franky's group and Lilith's group, process of elimination, it implied that S-Shark, Jinbei's Seraphim, was fighting against Nami. And I forgot to mention that in the last review, so here's another reason why I get to use the live reactions. I get to correct things. So there we go. So, yeah, Nami's using Zeus. She attacks him with Thunderbolt. Edison is down. Brook is down. He's missing his head is disconnected from his body, but obviously we know that's not that big of a deal for Brook. Let's see, who else was... I think it was just Edison, Brook, and Nami, right, in this group? Wait, wasn't Jinbei with them? No, Jinbei was with... Wait... Which group was Jinbei with? Jinbei was with Sanji's group, right? Yeah, Jinbei was with Sanji and Stussy's group. Yes. There you go. Now we have to keep track of all these groups. I think I'm going to make that. I'm going to make a handy little map. I'm going to make a reference table for the review. I'm going to make a reference table for the review to keep track of all where the different characters are. So, yeah, we could do that. That's handy to have. I'm going to do that. That's handy. All right, so Edison's down, though. I mean, he's probably not dead, but he's sparking. He's down. So Zeus and Nami attack. Zeus goes into his thunder form, like the angry form. He attacks, runs right through S-Shark. The lightning bolt hits him. S-Shark is like gargling smoke, like, but clearly it's probably not going to bring him down because we saw how tough these Seraphim were against like Lion Song and Kong organs. So. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, Nami. Zeus is pretty strong, but he's not taking down one of these Seraphim. So he dives back into the ground using the swim fruit. Brook puts his head back on. He's about to pop out when, oh, wait. Okay, Brook's about to attack. Oh, this is where Sanji shows up. Okay. Going by Article 1 of Sanji Land's Constitution, scaring Nami is punishable by death. And by Article 9 of Sanji Land's Constitution, making Nami scream is punishable by cooked rare strike. So Sanji just comes raging in like a speeding bullet. Dual legs, Diable Jambe just BAM! Slams right into the side of S-Shark, moving it like the speed of sound, and knocks him through a wall as like this giant explosion happens. So then Nami is just like, just like, what happened? And Sanji's just like, are you okay, Nami? Are you all right? And actually see Sanji looking pretty devilish here. He's like, hey, I don't care if you're a little brat or if you're Jinbei. You'll be put to death. And Sanji looks pretty intimidating here. I mean, if you're a Sanji fan in this chapter, which I am, this is a pretty This is a pretty badass moment here for Sanji. He's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know, I don't care if you're a Seraphim or if you're like my crewmate or what, you're a little kid. I don't give a shit. You're gonna be burned, okay? I'm bringing you down. So yeah, this is kind of a badass moment. This is not as, I mean, it's a little comic relief with like Sanji going through the Constitution of Sanji Land, which I'm interested in seeing the official translation on that one. His eyebrows switch again. Oh, do they? Oh, they do. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm always confused which way Sanji's eyebrows swirl the correct way. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Hold on, I have an image of Sanji for another video I was doing recently, actually. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, they do! They do! See, I would not have caught that in the review. I would definitely not have caught that in the review, so thank you. This is why we do the live reactions, so we can, you know, cut this off at the pass where I already missed something. And he's like, wait a second, pay attention. I'm like, yes. I wonder what the other constitution. Oh, that's something I'll do for the review. I'll write the other amendments for Constitution of Sanji Land. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sit down. So we got Article 1 and we got Article 9. I'm gonna sit down and write the other 7. I'm gonna write the other 7 articles of Sanji Land. And what are some other articles? Tell me right now. I'm going to write this down. We're going to do notes, okay? This is a collaborative effort here, okay? I'm sure some of them have to do with Robin. Absolutely. We don't need to do all 7 right now because I want to keep moving, but, like, I can come up with the rest. But, yeah. The SBS was well-timed with that eyebrow lore. Yeah, that's what I'll talk about that in the review. I'm not going to explain what that is, but like I'm doing a live reaction. My reaction is, holy shit, his eyebrows are changing. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see, the same thing but for Robin. Yeah, so we can do some Robin. I'll just write down some basic notes here. So Robin, you know, attacking Robin is punishable by death. You know, something with food, basic. You know what? I got this. I can come up with 7 articles for the Sanji Land Constitution. So fun fact with the U.S. Constitution, now we're getting into U.S. history. The U.S. Constitution actually starts with articles. Like, that was the first version of the Constitution that was, like, ratified, was just the articles of the Constitution. The amendments, because literally amended means it adds stuff later. So that was something at the very beginning. A lot of people were actually a little bit iffy on the U.S. Constitution because they're looking at it and they're like, this doesn't really cover everything. And they're like, yeah. Just ratify it and then we'll add amendments later. And they're like, okay. And then they ratified it and then they added amendments later, right? So the Bill of Rights actually came later, but it started with articles. But anyway, we're getting a little bit too much on U.S. history, so let's move on here. Okay, so now we're cutting over to Franky and Lilith's scene. Okay, so Lilith is firing her bubble gun at S-Snake. I think it hits her. No, I think she's punching it. So she's like, bubble gun, which I thought it was a laser bazooka, but bubble gun works better, I guess. Anyway, she fires at it. I think S-Snake is just kind of like, because it's a bubble. It's just like a whoop, whoop, whoop. And then S-Snake is just like punches it away. But then she drops to the ground. Wait, does she punch it away? Does she touch it? Yeah, she touches it. It's just, okay. It's interesting because in one panel, it looks like the bubble is like right in front of her. And then in the next panel, the bubble's way off to the side. But it's probably because she hit it. And it's a bubble. So if the bubble's coming right at you and you like swipe it like this, the bubble's going to like whoop and like, you know, go away. It's a bubble. Anyway, so S-Snake drops and she's like weakened. And then Lilith says, this bubble is made from the energy of the sea. That's the risk of having the green blood. Bubble is your weakness. Okay, so, I mean, I don't think anybody really... This is pretty obvious because they have the green blood. Keep in mind, the blood is just taken from the... Oh, wait, I'm reviewing again. All right, they have green blood. It's taken from Paramecia users. Therefore, they would have the same weaknesses as regular Devil Fruit users. There's really no way that they would not have the same weaknesses. If they have the same ability, then they have the same weaknesses. This is how it goes. So, the bubble has the power of Sea Prism Stone in it. So, that's why that happens. So, she got knocked away. Usopp is cheering. Pythagoras' head is still there. Franky's there about to grab S-Snake while she's down. But she gets back up and, like, uppercuts him. And then... By the way, is S-Snake the only one of these Seraphim to speak? I think she is. I think she's the most talkative out of all the other Seraphim. Because I don't think S-Hawk... S-Bear has definitely said nothing. I don't think S-Shark has said anything. I think if any other Seraphim has said anything, it's maybe S-Hawk, but I don't think he has. I think so. Okay, S-Bear said Ursus is shock. Okay, so there you go. See, thank you for clarifying. Yes, he did. Yeah, S-Bear has said Ursus is shock, but that's it. So, yeah. Anyway, so S-Snake attacks. The effect is already worn off. That's because I just grazed her with the bubble. So now she's mad. So she starts firing lasers at everybody. Franky picks up the bubble and, like, just boop, and just lays it on top of S-Snake. And then she loses her power again. She's down. She says, like, she's quivering under the bubble, and she's, like, crying, and she's putting on the waterworks and everything, and she's like, please stop, kind sir. And then Franky's like, okay, this is actually a really bad matchup for Franky. Franky is this really big macho kind of guy. All right, Franky is like this super kind of guy. Like, if he's going to fight someone like Senor Pink, who's Senor Pink is this hard-boiled kind of dude, that's the kind of people that Franky fights against the best. You know, these big muscular guys, men among men. So Franky is kind of like beating up a little kid here. So you could see Franky's reaction. It's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know, like, I could see that because, like, that's not Franky. Like, even back when Franky was the leader of the Franky family, like this crime family back in Water 7, I can imagine the Franky family, they're not beating up little kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what they do. So Franky is like, he backs off because he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then S-Snake kicks Franky in the face and activates Perfume Femur, which begins to turn Franky to stone. All right, so that makes sense because Boa and S-Snake, the power of the Love Fruit, we've already known this before we started getting into, like, the different ways you could turn somebody to stone using the Love Beam, because it's, like, different rules with the Love Beam, but she clearly has abilities like Pistol Kiss and Perfume Femur, and the other one, that's Slave Arrow. She has all these abilities that just turn anything to stone. Even, it doesn't matter if it's an inanimate object or if it's a pacifista or if it's a human. It doesn't matter. So she just kicks Franky in the chin, and he begins to turn to stone, all right? Now, I don't know if that means... Oh, you know what? I'm going to get into it during the review because I have something else about that. So, next scene... She dodges the bubble guns, and then she winks at Usopp and Lilith. They both smile, and then she activates the Love Fruit. Okay, so this is... I've said this before, but there was somebody that actually commented on it to, like, expand on it a little bit, and I will mention it here. I'll bring it up in the review as well. It's any type of positive emotion toward the user of the Love Fruit. That is what activates the Love Beam power. She can circumnavigate that and just use Pistol Kiss or Slave Arrow to get around it, but I guess the Love Beam just has, like, a wider arc. But yeah, it's any type of positive emotion directed toward the user. It doesn't have to be anything like, you know, attraction in that capacity or lust, which was originally stated to be that. When Boa first showed up and fought against Momonga, I think when Boa first appeared, she did say it was lust. But from what we've seen from then, it's clearly not. And somebody even commented that it could even just be admiration. And I'm going to get more into this in the review, but it could be admiration. It might not have anything to even do with, like, physical appearance. Okay, it's just any positive emotion directed at the user of the Love Fruit can be turned on them using the Love Beam. That's it. Okay, so I'll go more into this in the review, but that seems to be what Oda's going with here. So Lilith and Usopp both get turned to stone immediately. Which, by the way, also begs the question, why did they not just build a method to immobilize the Seraphim? Like, why did they never think, like, I'm sure they'll never be used against us, you know? I mean, like, I'm not saying to build, like, an off switch, but, like, maybe, I guess the bubble gun is sort of, okay, I'm reviewing again, all right? All right, moving on. Let's see here. Also explains why Luffy doesn't turn to stone. Yes, that's sure. Yeah. No. All right, moving on. Okay. So, underground, we now cut... Oh, is this the last scene of the chapter? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is it. Okay. So, last scene of the chapter here, we have the underground, basement, underground... It just says underground. It doesn't say underground facility, underground lab. It just says underground. It's a lab. So underground lab, formerly a Devil Fruit laboratory. Okay. Shaka's walking down here. He sees the tube where Vegapunk is in prison. So I guess he figured out that this is probably an idea, well, like a location where he could be. And then Shaka's there, and he's like, "What? No way! It's the Cypher Pole that came here in the past. Why are you here?" And all the dying, starving members of Cypher Pole are like, "Help us, please! Help us!" And so Shaka clearly has no idea what's going on here. So either Shaka is a really good actor, or he's not the traitor. And so the Stella body's there, and he says, "Shaka!" is like, and so Stella, what are you doing here? Who did this to you? And then the Stella body looks over at Shaka, because Shaka's like running over to him, and he's like, "Who did you come here with, Shaka?" And then you just hear the click of a gun, and then boom, Shaka gets nailed. No-scoped, headshot right in the face, right through the helmet. He gets headshot. There's blood everywhere, so at least that confirms what Shaka was. That's, yeah, in case you were curious, because some of the Vegapunks are robots. Like, Edison and Pythagoras are clearly robots. Shaka, we weren't really sure on. The jury was a little out there because he wore the helmet. But no, Shaka, whatever he is, he definitely got blood in him. He's definitely got blood. Anyway, oh, no, don't worry, it's oil. I guess it could be oil, but it's blood. It's blood. It's, like, really bloody. He got, his brains got turned into freaking, it got blended on the high setting. Could Boa cancel out S-Snake's petrification? Yeah, you know what? I think she could. I think any user of the Love fruit could negate the effect. Well, actually, no, because Boa specifically mentioned that she cannot do that. If somebody else gets the power of the Love fruit, they cannot turn people she turned to stone back to normal. So she's already confirmed that. I don't know how Boa would know that. Because Boa did, like, she would not have known the original user of the Love fruit because it was given to her by the Tenryubito when she was a slave at Marijois. So it's not like she would have known the previous user to know that. So maybe Boa still might have just said that as an excuse to let so Blackbeard would let her go. Maybe. Yeah, because it really makes no sense on how Boa would know that. But anyway, moving on. Shaka gets shot. He goes down. He's been shot! And then you just hear... I guess they're footsteps coming down from upstairs, like, I guess that's what those are? Is that the sound effect of footsteps, I guess? And then Vegapunk, the Stella body's just looking super shocked, like, "It was you all along!" And then we cut at the end of the chapter. Actually, he doesn't say that. He just looks shocked. I'm assuming, well, okay, Shaka did just get his brain splattered into a million pieces right in front of him, so Stella body Vegapunk might just be shocked by that. Seeing one of your satellites just getting creamed right in front of you might, that might result in you being shocked a little bit. Like, what? Quasar? Or he could see the person that shot him and then, yeah. It's heels clicking. Oh, is it heels clicking? Because if it's heels clicking, that's immediately going to be Stussy. Everyone's going to immediately think Stussy on that. God, if it is Stussy. Oh, but yeah, people are saying Dofi. And Dofi also wore heels. Dofi was one of the few villains in any sort of fiction that's a male that wears high heel shoes. Dofi, wait, no, does Dofi wear heels? Wait, doesn't he? Wait, does he? I'm thinking he does. I'm picturing Doflamingo with heels for some reason. But I just realized Derringer also wore heels. I might be thinking of Derringer because they're in the same arc. Hold on, One Piece. We're going to get to the bottom of this. One Piece, Doflamingo. Shoes. Shoes. Okay, those are not actually what I was thinking of, but they look like really cool. There's really cool sneakers that Doflamingo wears. Okay, I'm just going to type in One Piece Doflamingo. All right, what do we got now? Okay, he wears... All right. Okay, they're not exactly heels, but, I mean, they have a heel to them. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let me show you here. Yeah, they're not exactly heels, but... You can see they have a heel to them. I don't know what you would call those. I guess they're loafers. On closer inspection, these are loafers. But no, yeah, so that's that. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway, that's the chapter. That's that. Chapter review, chapter reaction, done. They're church shoes. They're dress shoes. They're tap shoes. Yeah, they're kind of like tap dancing shoes, which could make the tapping sound. All right, I still don't know, though, if that means... Does that mean it's a sound effect of heels clicking? Like, I don't know what the... Because I have no idea what the sound effect is in the Japanese. I would have to look up what the Japanese sound effect is, and then I would have to, like, look that up, like, what that onomatopoeia is. Because here in this translation, it's just, like, katok. Like, K-T-O-K. That's all it is like, katok. And I'm, like, sounds like heels, kinda. But I'm not sure. It's S-Ace. Yeah, but yeah, Stussy is wearing the Dom shoes right now. The Dom boots that, like, let her float. It might be Doflamingo. I don't know, man. Ah, man, I don't know. I honestly have no idea who the damn traitor is right now. Oh, something else I threw out. Oh, God, I spilled coffee everywhere. Something else that I threw out in the last review. I forgot to bring this up. So, the theory that's relating to the Punk Records thing, the idea that is, like, maybe it's Punk Records that's doing this. Remember, like I said, that York cannot be the traitor because York got turned to stone. It's possible that York could have, like, uploaded her stuff to Punk Records, and York could still technically York could still be the traitor. York could still be the traitor in the respect that maybe if Punk Records is controlling everything alongside York, because, like, even if Punk Records is controlling everything, somebody clearly is in the lab. Like, there's a physical being with arms and legs moving around the lab doing shit, messing with the Den Mushi, shooting Shaka in the face. You know, if you want to say it's Punk Records that, like, affected the dome, that I could buy, but there's clearly a being walking around here. So either they're like there's another satellite we don't know about, or Caribou's doing something, or oh my God, it's just so complicated. It's such a different kind of aspect that we don't usually get in One Piece. We don't usually get the mystery angle that I am so... But Oda's doing it rather well. I'm confused, if nothing else. It's Foxy. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go grab some paper towels to clean up this coffee really quick. Spilled my coffee! Ugh. Alright. So, yeah, I don't usually do reactions, so I kind of don't know what to do now. I did my reaction. All right, there's the reaction. Lafitte. I mean, I guess it could be Lafitte, but it's like, here's the thing, guys. Like, the whole point of doing a mystery and, like, a big reveal is, like, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like, holy crap. Now, if Lafitte showed up, that would be cool, because it's like, all right, the Blackbeard Pirates are on Egghead. They're involved. They're doing stuff. But, like, Lafitte had no relevance at all in this arc up to this. So if Lafitte showed up, it would be like Oda could pick anybody in that regard. It's like if it was Crocodile the whole time. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess. But we want it to be somebody that's like, I want the reaction to finding out the traitor to be like, holy shit, it was that person? Oh my God, Oda, you're so clever. I didn't see that coming a mile away, but I totally should have. That, and I think that's the double meaning for the chapter title, by the way. Like, I think the traitor might be revealed next week, and this chapter title is kind of like, oh man, we should have realized that the whole time. You know, it should have been that. I'm putting back on the hat because you can see my hair is a mess. But yeah. Yeah, if it was Hattori, I would legitimately be okay with that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if it was Hattori, I'd be fine with that. Let's see. As long as it makes sense. I want it to make sense. I don't think it's going to be Saint J. Garcia Saturn. I don't think it's going to be Kizaru. I think Oda is setting those guys up to be like, you know, because, okay, a good mystery needs to have a good cast of characters. That was like one of the major problems with like Scooby-Doo. Because if you're watching Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? It's like, no duh, who's the freaking villain? Half the time, the gang only meets, like, one guy on the way to meeting. Like, it's just like, hey, you know, they're driving on the side of the road, and, like, some random dude shows up and just be like, you better get away from here. And then they drive up to the haunted house, and it's like, oh, man, I wonder who's going to be the ghost in the haunted house. Maybe it was the one other guy that we met driving up to this fucking place. You know what I mean? Oh, it was the dude on the side of the road the whole time. In order to have a good mystery, You have to have a lot of suspects. So who are our suspects, okay? We got St. J. Garcia Saturn. We got Kizaru. We got Caribou. We got all the Vegapunk satellites, which, who knows? It still might be Shaka. Shaka might be evil. It's just that, like, oh, I'll just replace my head or something. You know what I mean? Could be, I don't think it's Caesar, although, no, it's not Caesar. There's just so many freaking, it could be S. Flamingo. There's just so many mysteries that it could be. There's so many like suspects that it could be. You know what I mean? So this really works. Like we probably have like the upwards of like 10 suspects if you really include all of the satellites. S Buggy, sure, why not? It could be Stussy. She is sussy after all. It could be S Bat or S Gecko. The last time I remember a Kitok was when the Eam-sama was checking out the giant frozen straw hat. So does that mean Eam-sama wears heels? Because that's really important, honestly. Like, no joke. If it is, then yeah. Could be, it could be York. It could be Bonnie. Does Bonnie walk around with heels? But she has the Dom shoes on. Everybody, I mean, is that going to be a plot point? Like, the Dom shoes are going to be a plot point? Like, who's not wearing those things? Dude, if it was Eam, that would be honestly the best outcome. That would be the last thing I think anybody expected. Well, obviously not the last thing everybody expected, but like if Eam-sama walks down the fucking stairs, One Piece is peak fiction. Like, seriously. I'm serious. If Eam walks down the stairs, that's gonna be holy shit moment. All right? It could be Miss Bakin. No, I don't think it's Miss Bakin. It was Luffy the entire time. Gonna have that epic opera music. Yeah, it's like the All for One music from My Hero Academia. Okay, I'm really butchering Carmen there. I'm not even butchering it. I'm not even singing Carmen. I'm just vaguely sounding out words because I can't speak Latin or Italian. I don't even know what language Carmen is originally in. It was Dio the entire time. Dio! It wasn't just Dio. It was naked Dio the entire time. Dio! Did you ever notice that Zaworldo has, like, oxygen, like, scuba tanks on its back? Dude, some of the designs for stands are wild. This is a good arc. Yeah. Dio, you just hit 1,000 likes. Cool. Okay, 1,000 likes. So, when I get to 1,000 likes, I will open up a can of carbonated water. All right, you guys made it. I'll do it just for you. All right, you ready for some ASMR? Here we go. Oh, that got bubbles everywhere, but that's cool. Bubbles! All right. He's a holy diver. All right, that makes sense. Sure, we go that. Let's all scream in unison. Premium content. Yeah, no way. So Bubbly came out with an orange cream flavor, which is probably just because they were trying to, like, rip off LaCroix, but whatever, I don't care, it's good. Emulsify, how you doing, man? Dio, best song, Holy Diver. Oh, really? Oh, that's actually the reference? Okay. I don't know that much music stuff. What do you think about making reviews on the new JoJo chapters? You know, I thought about it, but, like, I have so much other stuff on my plate right now. I thought the Kitok was Pythagoras' little clock ticking. I mean, it could be. There might be copies of... Who's to say there's not clones of some of the satellites? If they're just duplicates, what if there's more of them? What if there's, like, evil versions of each satellite? What if it's, like, there's actually 12 satellites, and there's 6 of them that are also, like, all evil. Like, even more evil than Lilith. By the way, Lilith is not evil. She's definitely not evil. She's just, you know, she's a little bit more direct. That's all. I wouldn't call Lilith evil. She's just kind of like getting the job done sort of situation. If she was evil, she'd be like killing people, like constantly. Atlas is evil. I mean, maybe. I doubt it. They saved Vegapunk's brain. I think the Stella isn't the Stella. There's so many ways you could take this. Which means Oda's doing something right, because I'll tell you what right now. The traitor, whoever it is not obvious. It is not obvious. I can't even sit here and be like, well, okay, the traitor is probably this person, but it could be this person. I can't even say that because I can't think of anybody obvious. Oh my God, Tekking, it's so obvious it's Stussy. I don't think it's obvious that it's Stussy. Oh my God, it's so obvious that it's S Flamingo. I don't think it's obvious that it's S Flamingo. I don't think it's obvious that it's anybody. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these make sense. Like, if you were saying it was S Flamingo, or if it was York, or if it was Punk Records the whole time, or if it was Eam, like, all of those make sense, but none of those are, like, so obvious. It's like, oh my God, it's just, you know, to assume anything else is just hopeful, you know, whatever. This is really, no one does mystery in a shonen like Oda. I mean, really, this is a different, I mean, the one thing I love about One Piece is that Oda tries out different genres all the time. Like, we had the Davy Back fight, which was just like little fun little games. We had a prison break arc with Impel Down. We had Big Epic Battle, which was Marineford. We had, you know, like a lot of like the stuff at Punk Hazard was like a fight against the clock kind of a situation. Let's see what else here. What else did we have here? You know, during Wano, we had like, you know, overthrowing an evil dictator. We had that a lot in One Piece, honestly. I mean, Oda does that a few times. Let's see here. We had fights against racism at Fishman Island for different kinds of ideologies. You know, we have a lot of really cool genres that Oda tackles here, and it's like, this is just the mystery genre. I don't hate Long Ring Longland. I just don't like Foxy. I'm rewatching Long Ring Longland. It's good. I mean, like, I like the presentation of the arc. Like, it's not a bad presentation. Who else do you think are clones? Everybody. Everybody's a clone. Panda Man. Dude, okay, no, like, I'm not shitting you. If it was fucking Panda Man, I'd be okay with that. If it was Panda Man who walked down the stairs and was just like, you know, I am a member of the Panda family who lives all up and down the world in the Grand Line, and I am here today, Vegapunk, to tell you. Like, honestly, if it was Panda Man, I'd be all right with that. I'd be okay with that. And it's explained that, like, there's a bunch of different panda men and panda women that are living all over the world, and Panda Man is there, and he's just evil. I would be all right with that. I'd be 100% okay with that. Kuma equals Panda Man. I mean, kinda. You are hilarious. Haha, I know. Landaman. Do you see the panda ship on Elbaf? Yeah, I did. I mentioned it. I mentioned that one. Well, I thought it looked more like a polar bear, but I mentioned it in the last chapter. Is this Tekking 1001? No. But, no, back to the JoJo thing. I don't think I'm going to review JoJo's. Check out X-Force if you want good JoJo reviews. Because I was, I don't think I should. Well, I was talking to Briggs today about something, and I think we have a project that's coming down the pipeline that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. So that's like another project I'm doing. I don't want to say what it is yet because I don't know if I want Briggs to reveal it, if anything. Maybe I'll ask him about it on D&D this week, on One Piece D&D tomorrow, and maybe he'll bring it up. But me and Briggs are going to be doing something coming up here that should be a lot of fun. Rocksty Foxy. Start the Yu-Gi-Oh stream. No, I don't think I'm going to do. I'm not going to do Yu-Gi-Oh tonight. I could get started for the review if you guys want to know. So one thing I always got to do in the review, first thing I got to do is I got to charge my camera. So you can see me charge my camera. I guess you really can't because my computer tower is right here, but I have my camera I can show you. So go over here. Hi, everybody. And then I grab my camera. Check out this camera. Is my camera. And then I plug it in. Okay. And then I take the SD card right here. Take this SD card. This is I can talk for a long time, so this is a 256 gigabyte SD card. And I put that in there into the camera. Shut that. And that's good. All right. And now we let that charge. Behind the scenes footage. There it is. There you go. What kind of lights do I have? They're newer. Like, that's the name of the company is Newer. I think it's spelled N-E-E. It's either 2 E's or 2 W's. Hold on, I have the app. Hold on. It's spelled 2 E's. N-E-E-W-E-R. That's the name of the company. They were the same I could show you the lights I used to use. Actually, I could show you these two. Hold on. It's just they don't, well, they don't unplug. So, hold on a second here. All right. So, this is the light that I currently use. This is the light that I used to use. Which these have a really cool battery. So I can use these portably. I have batteries for these too, but they're big clunky kind of batteries. But these are really cool because, like, look at that. You can adjust, like, on the back, you can adjust the temperature of the light. You can't change the color though. That's the one thing that you can't do with these. But they're very handy because you can just pick them up. They're super light. You can just move them around and you kind of put them wherever you need to put them. And this is just the same thing, but bigger and more, you know, durable. So, yeah. Now, get a 1 terabyte SD card to record your One Piece reviews. I don't think I need one quite that big, but I think 256 is good enough. So I have an app for it that can connect to Bluetooth, which I unplugged one of them and I turned it back on, so I'm going to have to readjust that. But okay, I'm just going to do this. And so that's the thing that I can control the colors. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that. So I could just, the fact I could control it on an app makes it so much easier. Woo! Woo! Yeah. So there we go. Purple. I also, now that I have 2 of these lights, and then my other 2 lights that are still really good, I can actually start doing a little bit of green screen work. Because the biggest problem with green screens, and they are a bitch. They really are. But the biggest problem with green screens is the lighting. And you got to get that lighting just right, because if there's any shadow on that green screen, it is not going to work right. So you have to have, minimum, you have to have 3 lights. And I only had 2 good ones up until now. Now I have 4. So 4 lights is ideal. Actually, more light. The more light, the better. If you could have a 5 light setup for your green screen, go ahead. But you just have to make sure there's no shadow on your green screen. So I have one. I just don't use it all that much because it's really annoying to get it right. All right, let's see. We got some super chats here. $5 from Velcria. Thank you. What do you think if Punk Records made itself a body, kind of like Ultron, in the relationship between the Stella and Punk Records, like Tony Stark, Ultron? I'd be okay with that. Once again, that's totally possible. And it's like, I don't think it's obvious. I don't think it's like, oh, it's totally Punk Records going into Ultron teching, obviously. I don't think it's anything like that. But that could totally be a thing. Could the Stella be a fake? It could be! Huh, what's your computer specs? I don't know. It's like a computer. It, like, does stuff. I don't know. Any thoughts on how Shaka pretty much knew he was going to die while speaking to Dragon, and now he's probably dead? I mean, there you go. I mean, like, he knew this was going to happen, and now it's happening. He probably just predicted the government was going to try to assassinate him. He didn't expect all this shit with the traitors, though. He probably just thought that the CP would... He already knew Cypherpole was arriving at his island more frequently. He kind of knew. He probably knew that writing was on the wall. Eventually, they were going to send CP9 or CP0 after him to just, you know, cut him down. Why am I so hot? I don't know. It's actually fairly warm in here right now, I have to say. Manga shelf tour, when, please? I don't know, but I'm actually going to be rearranging it soon because I'm starting to run out of room here. And I think I'm going to take some... I have another bookshelf. I have the same exact bookshelf upstairs. So I think I'm going to move some manga out of this room and move them upstairs to have more space. I think I'm going to take out... I have My Hero Vigilantes and Dr. Stone. Both series have ended at this point, so I think I'm probably going to take them off the shelf and move them upstairs, and I just have more space. So I could do that. So yeah, I'm gonna do the review tomorrow. So that's why I'm gonna do yeah, I'm not going super into detail here, and thank you guys for letting me know on a few things. So I'm gonna take a few notes on that. Sanji eyebrow, definitely. And what was the other thing? The sound effect, the shoes. Yeah. Did you lose subs? I swear it was like 900K. I never had 900K. My subs have lowered recently though, and I have no idea why. It was very annoying because so to give you a little bit of a back, I'll tell you the story. It's a pain in the ass. I don't like to get into it, but I'll tell you the story. Fine. All right. So on average, for a while now, my average subscriber growth every month was probably around like. For a few years there, it was probably sitting around maybe 4,000 or 5,000 a month, which is, I think, it's not nearly the highest I've ever been. The most I've ever gained in a single month was back in 2019. Me and Nux Taku did a collab together where we reviewed every arc in the story, and that was when Nux was at like the height of his popularity, or he was really close to it. Like he was taking off like a rocket. And after we did that collab, I went up like 13,000 subscribers that month. So that's like the most I've ever went up in a single month. But it's not nearly that high. So, you know, it went down after that. And it's been up and down. But like typically around 4,000 or 5,000 is like been average, okay? Well, when I started talking about Bleach again, when the anime came out, subscribers just started going down like 4,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 2,000 a month, 1,000 a month, 900 a month. And I'm kind of freaking out a bit because it's really going down like fast. So that's why I made Boncast, the channel. Like, okay, I guess YouTube doesn't want me to talk about, because it happened when I started by Boncast. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll start another channel. And then I'll focus this channel on One Piece, and I'll focus this other channel on Bleach. So I did that. And my subscribers immediately started going back up again. And I'm like, okay, that was clearly the problem. So it was down to like 800. And it went back up. After I started doing the separate channels, it went back up to 2,000 pretty quickly. And it stayed about 2,000 a month, which is still lower. But I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll take it. And then recently, like about a month ago, it crashed again. So like right now, and I've stopped giving a shit kind of, because like it was scary at first, like, oh my god, my subscribers are going down. But like now that it's been like this for like a month, I'm just like, whatever. I'm at 916 at 916 a month right now, which is very low compared to where I was normally at. But I've realized this is just YouTube algorithm fuckery, and this really has nothing to do with like my fans are still here. It's not like all my fans are like, all right, Tekking, we're leaving, see ya. It's just like, leaving off to greener pastures. So it's clearly not that. It's clearly the YouTube algorithm changed, and so I started titling my videos differently. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was looking on YouTube for like any explanation on why this could be happening, and I saw some people saying like, well, YouTube right now, their algorithm changed, and it changes all the time, so you can never narrow it down. But one guy said, try focusing on shorter video titles, because shorter video titles, like less than 55 characters, are really helping, or that'll boost the algorithm. So I'm like, all right. So you might notice I don't add the One Piece discussion Tekking 101 at the end of my videos. I've added that for like years. And the reason I did that wasn't even because I wanted to do that. It was more of an idea from, Full Screen when I was still partnered with them. And they did that to all my videos, and to make it easier to catalog or whatever. And it worked for a little while, but the YouTube algorithm changes so often. Something that could work 2 years ago might just be the exact opposite of what you want to do right now. So I don't know, man. I don't know where it's at. So I'm at like 916 a month right now. Whatever. Yeah, 2,000 people. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with like, oh my god, I guess nobody likes to watch One Piece anymore. It has nothing to do with that. It's just YouTube being stupid. So whatever. As long as I'm not like hemorrhaging subscribers, as long as I'm not like in the negative, like I'm losing like 20 subscribers a day, as long as I don't get to that point, if I do get to that point, then I'm probably going to have to make the video that I was like, hello everybody, this is Tekking here. Please make sure to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. It really helps. Add the little GIF. Add the little subscribe GIF. Oh, God, yeah. You can always clickbait. Best boobs in One Piece 2! Like, there you go. Ah, damn it. Just when I think I'm out, I get dragged back in. There's a YouTuber called Dude in a Room. He talks about this stuff. He kind of looks like GLR. Wow, really? Weird. Dude, Liam came out on Dude in a Room, and he made those presidential debates. Those are so fucking funny. Those are so good. Like, Trump and Obama and Biden debating, like the not the Long Ring Long Land arc, but debating Wano as, like, the arc in One Piece. It's the funniest shit ever. It's also kind of scary with, like, the voice synthesis, the deep fake kind of shit they have. Yeah, I have Bleach content planned. I'm doing the Gote 13, the original Gote 13. I'm waiting for one more piece of artwork. I commissioned artwork from somebody to give me 4 pieces of artwork from different members of the original Gote, and he has 3 of them done, and I'm waiting for the last one, and after I get the last one, then I can make that Gote video. But, like, you know, there's not going to be new Bleach anime until July, so I have some time here, you know. Well, then again, I mean, 3 months went by pretty quick. When was the last episode of Bleach? Episode 13 for the anime. That was in December, wasn't it? So that's probably 2 months, going on 2.5 months coming up here. So it's going by quick. We'll be in July before we know it. Yeah. Yeah, been here since the good old Bleach days. I appreciate that. But yeah, I guess everybody here everybody commenting has to be a subscriber, because that's the way I set it. So I guess it doesn't matter, but, like, I guess every once in a while, just check to see if you're still subscribed, because, you know what? That's the thing about YouTube that I never understood. It still boggles my mind to no end that you can subscribe to a channel and then YouTube can decide you're not going to be subscribed to that channel anymore. Like, that is something that has always bugged me. And outside of the only example of that I can think of is, let's say if a channel gets shut down, or if it's like a scam channel, or if it gets hacked, it might unsubscribe you from that. Like, that's a different kind of story. But if I subscribe to a channel, even if it's a channel let's say I subscribed to a channel back in 2016, and I never watched I watched a few of their videos in 2016, and I never watched another video of them in 7 years. That doesn't mean I want you to unsubscribe me from them. That doesn't, and I decided to hit the subscribe button. I can decide to go back and unsubscribe. Just because I haven't watched them in 5, 6, 7 years doesn't mean that YouTube should just be like, you haven't watched these guys in a while, I'm going to unsubscribe you from them. Like, no, that's not a decision for you to make. But, anyway, I'm just ranting now about YouTube, so I'm going to probably just stop it here. Anyway, yeah, YouTube kind of sucks as a platform. Yeah, but it's kind of like the only game in town. I mean, I guess there's other streaming platforms, but nothing like on the level of YouTube, on the same level as YouTube, I should say. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. Anyway, yes, I'm still gonna do the chapter review tomorrow. This is not the review. I just post this VOD as the review. No, I'm still gonna do the review tomorrow. In the Robin flashback panel, who was in the corner? Kuzan? Yeah, he was in the corner. I don't remember how I found you. I just woke up and here you were. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, but I set the chat, so that actually helped get rid of a lot of the scam and the sex robots, because now YouTube has a feature where you can set the chat where it can only be for subscribers, and you have to be subscribed for a set amount of time. Like, you have to be subscribed to my channel, I think, for 20 minutes minimum in order to comment on to even be in the chat right now. So that definitely helps. That definitely helps to cut out a lot of the sex robots. Sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, coming to your town. What's that big picture in the background next to the bookshelf? That is, I can't take it off the wall because it's kind of a pain to get it back up, but I can show you what the art is. It is a amazing artwork of King that was drawn by a guy named Stefan, who is an amazing artist. And it's King in the style of like an old school, like Victorian king, queen portrait, right? And it looks so damn cool. And I love that it's hanging in the background of my room. And I have a goal at some point, like if I ever have to move again, which I don't want to because moving is a bitch, but like if I ever move again to another house, I want that house to have like a fireplace. And I'm going to hang that directly over the fireplace. I want to have like, oh yes, this is my study. This is the fireplace. This is Reginald von King III. Yes. And I'm just going to hang that up there, and I'm just going to have people come over that don't know anything about anime and be like, who is that guy? And I'd be like, oh yes, that was Lord King. He was the king of the nation of Onigashima from, 1627 to 1645. He was the great king. What, you haven't heard of him? Yeah, I'm going to do that shit. Anyone notice that Shaka was running? Yeah, he was running over to the Stella to make sure he was okay. Having Beethoven music play in the background. Oh, of course, yes. Can you read my super chat? Yeah, I can. Hold on, let me move. Hold on. Let me see what am I doing here. All right, I'm going to move this over here, move this over here. Okay, there we go. Make sure it doesn't burn. It's precious. Well, I mean, this is just like, I have the actual, like, I just went, like, Stefan drew it and put it on a flash drive in high res, and I just went to the print shop and printed that out. I actually wish I would have messed with the saturation of the lighting a little bit to make it a little bit brighter, because it showed up really dark when it was printed out, and you really can't see it all that well in the distance, but I'm glad it's there. But, yeah. Let me check that super chat here. Can you read my previous super chat? Okay, Caspi, and that is... taking another look at the panels, the Seraphim's flames were weakened. Why they can use their devil fruit powers makes sense because of the green blood. So maybe like, yeah, the general idea is maybe if you push them hard enough to make them use their powers, maybe the flame gets weaker. When the flame is extinguished, it makes them go faster though. So I'm not really sure the best method. Chat froze. I'm not really sure of the best method to get them to go with the flames off, but we'll talk about that in the review. Take this help with the fireplace. No, I'm good. I don't need the fireplace at the moment. I'm all right. I just moved last year. I'm in no hurry to move again. I think I told everybody that, like, if I ever do move again, which I don't know if I will or not, but if I ever do move again, probably not going to be for another 10 years unless something really big happens in my life. I'm not going to move. Let's see here. Any thoughts on how Shaka pretty much knew he was gonna... Oh, yeah, you mentioned there. Oh, well, yeah, because Shaka was the one talking to Dragon, and now Shaka's dead. So maybe it was more specifically on Shaka rather than Vegapunk. Sell us copies of that painting. I don't even know how that would work, because it's like, it's a drawing that a guy that I, commissioned to draw it, but it's also an art of, like, a copyrighted character for Oda, so I don't even know if I could sell those. It's like if I commissioned somebody to draw Mickey Mouse, and then I sold the artwork of Mickey Mouse. I don't think Disney would be okay with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe install one. Install what? I don't know what you meant by that. But, yeah. I love your videos. Thanks for all the content, man. You're welcome. Can you read my first super chat? Could you have your gaming streams more often at this time? I mean, it's really comes down to when I want to do them, and it's usually at night because that's just when I have the free time to do them. But yeah, only doing this now. This is more of a spur of the moment kind of thing because I was doing stuff earlier, and then I get home and I'm like, do I film a video or? And I was gonna do it. I was just gonna film a video, so you probably would have been watching a video as I would have put up normally at this point. But like, it's like the chapter's out on OP Scans. If I put out a video, all people are probably gonna do is just comment on the chapter being out. So I decided just spur the moment to do this because I don't usually do install a fireplace. There's nowhere in my house to adequately install a fireplace without being a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, I can't do that. Using Bitcoins. Love Bitcoins. Yeah. Can anyone spoil the chapter for me? I can't look it up. Shaka gets shot in the head. There you go. There you go. There's the spoil. How's the gym been? Good. I try to go 2 days a week. trying to up it to maybe 3 days a week, but it's like a thing with the schedule. I'm trying to, like, you know, figure out a way to balance everything here. But I'm good. Getting good at that stair stepper. 15 minutes on the stair stepper, cardio. I do bicep, tricep stuff, crunch stuff. Go on Manga Versus to read the chapter, guys, or plenty of other locations. Add a fake fireplace. I'm not going to add a fake fireplace. Although, well, there's not really, there really isn't. Like, the only place I would want, the place I would want a fireplace is in my living room. And my living room is small. You really, if you saw my living room, my upstairs is like an open concept. It's an open concept kitchen, dining room, and living room sharing the same space. So it's not like there's a wall that I could just like put the fireplace in my living room. It's just, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Do you think the Gorosei will do a cleanse? Maybe they already are. Or maybe that's what the Lelucia Kingdom was. Electric fireplace. Even an electric fireplace. I've thought of this, guys. I've thought of this. I know they make electric fireplaces. That wouldn't work either. It's not going to fit. Trust me. Will not fit in my living room. It will not. I already have a couch and a recliner and a shelf. It's just not. It's not going to fit. But maybe another. If I ever move again, maybe. What if it was Toki? Show us the gym progress. Okay, here it is. There's the gym progress, which I don't know if you guys know, but that is actually progress for me. Gadoosh. It's not much, but it's something. But yeah, I'd have a lack of a suitable wall. That's just not going to happen. Yeah. Yes, sir. Where does Teching Records fit in the house, though? That's in the attic. It's in there. The form is impeccable. So totally. Slightly buff teching. Slightly. Okay, hear me out. A pluggable and portable fireplace. Really, there's nowhere to put it, guys. Trust me on this. Trust me as someone that lives in this house. There's nowhere in my living room to put even a tiny little fireplace without it being in the way and very inconvenient. Or a fire hazard. So, yeah. Progress is progress. Yeah. But, yeah, anyway, so that's the live reaction. I think that's pretty good. I'll just end it here. I don't know. Don't expect these, like, every week. If it's, like, a Wednesday night and I have nothing else going on and the chapter comes out this early, because the chapter really comes out early so often now. It's insane. So, maybe I'll do these every once in a while. Depends. But if not, there's plenty of other great YouTubers that do them. Let me just check really quick here. I think Randy does them, right? Volume 1. I don't know if they're, yeah, no, Brago's doing, well, Brago did his, obviously. He's the one I see every single time, every week. Eam D. King. Check out Eam D. King. He does his live reactions. There you go. So, yeah, there's that. There's that. Okay. Well, anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to get going. I will do the review tomorrow. I will add in some extra stuff about that. We will get all of Sanji Land's articles of the Constitution, I guess. And that should be good. So, yeah. And also, tomorrow night, we're going to be doing One Piece D&D. Oh, I don't know if it was officially announced yet, but we discussed it in the chat, and it's going to be announced anyway. One Piece D&D is going to be an hour earlier tomorrow. So it should be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time it normally is for you guys, it'll be an hour earlier. All right, and that'll be explained when we do it. But I think we said we all agreed on that. Yeah, I don't think there was a problem with that. So we're doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and we're going to be fighting Zoro in One Piece D&D. So this might be the last episode. We didn't even make it to episode 69, unfortunately. So we'll see how it goes, but I'll see you there tomorrow, guys. This will be Teching signing out. Later, all. Later.